And Moe Wonthaggi have Blair. Now that will be Jared Blair in the middle of the ground. Ryan Sparks is in there as well. And I'd have to think that that's Davey in the middle. No, it's of course Aidan Lindsay is the one I'm thinking of. While for Moe, they have Harry Dawson, they have Ben Danaher, who starts in the middle of the ground. Grady Coxedge is in there as well. And that looks to be, is it Barand in the middle of the ground? I'll just get a number there for you in a moment. But a strong-bodied mid.
Yes, Scud, Long's gone down back on Staley, so it's completely opposite what we thought.
All right, the umpire starts this first quarter. As we said, Morrow and Huther will do the ruck duties. Huther got a handle on it. There's Lindsay, has it. Now left foot kick, gets it inside forward 50 for the first time. Strong lead there was big Staley, couldn't quite take the mark. It comes to ground level. Sparks is working hard, and Morrow picks him up and dumps him.
I think very opposite at the moment too, that Moe are very, very short down back at the minute. Long versus Staley is a big mismatch at the minute.
All right, ball thrown up. Morrow tries to take it one hand and does. Kick smothered off the boot, just spills outside defensive 50. He gets it back on the rebound, then feeds it off again. But his teammate he went looking for in Coxedge, he lost a grip on it. Goes Wonthaggi's way, so it'll be Blair for the visiting side that looks up forward. He goes to a one-on-two target. And flying around about 3.5 minutes too early was the 14 Jack Hutchinson. He went up, he went over, he landed on the ground, and the ball arrived. Free kick, Moe, and they come grandstand side.
Yeah, Tommy Long kicks it, however. Huther was in the right spot, couldn't mark it, squeezed a handle across to Hayes. His left foot kick comes off the side of the boot, though, and it goes out of bounds on the full.
Yes, no question that wind that doesn't exist is playing a big part in the early minutes of this game.
A really big change for Moe at the moment. His Kilty's playing forward instead of back. We know how good he is down back. He's now currently a centre-half forward.
I'll tell you what, Trent Baldy with the leg tattoo had thrown me in the middle of the ground. He's certainly thickened up from the last time I've seen him. He's got muscles going around. It comes in that direction of Trent Baldy. He doesn't mark it, but he's able to get on the end of it. Handballs over the top. This time it is to Matthew Barand. His kick towards the can bar, though, misses everything and goes out of bounds on the full. So free kick will go back in the way of Bates across half-back. He decides to go backwards, and it's in the direction of Knowles. He's got a teammate in the goal square, and it eventually gets back to him. I think it's Fergus O'Connor back there. Comes back towards the near side. That's the change room side of the ground where Fergus O'Connor has it. And his kick, though, is going to be turned over. Can Moe capitalise on this one? Good work on that occasion by Hayes. Just to get a handle on it as Moe are about to go forward, and we'll get the stoppage. A boundary throw-in, 60 metres around, no score in this first quarter.
Yeah, Scud, that wind has definitely picked up, but it's actually gone across the ground towards the new basketball stadium.
OK, so Huther from the back tries to get hands to the ball. He couldn't get around the big guy in Benny Morrow. The umpire will come in, take control. He'll ball it up, right half forward flank. Moe into attack, kicking to the right of your radio, the hill end. Scoreboard end is Wonthaggi's. Not sure which end he's favoured by the wind. We'll get more on that.
It's across the ground.
Blair, yeah, I know you said that. That's why I'm questioning it. The ball is taken from Blair, but they've got the numbers. The visitors, nicely done. Tom Murray gives, tries to get, can't. Nicely done. Good work, ground level. Free kick. Free kick behind the play. And the bloke that did some good work a few moments ago, Mitch Hayes, is the recipient of this free kick. Defensive 50 will come grandstand side.
Yeah, the target is Jacob Thomas, but it got over his head, and the ever-reliable Tommy Long takes the mark on the wing for the Lions, puts it back to the top of the 50. They go back there with the fly, can't quite mark it at ground level, goes to close to the boundary line. They're working hard. That was Baldy back there. That was the Riley variety. And we'll see another boundary throw in or inside Moe's forward 50, though, at the moment. As the numbers sort of flood back in, Huther will take the ruck duties. This time Brown, Huther just pushed his opponent out the way, took it out of the ruck, gave it across to Sparks. His kick missed the target. Here's Clint Taylor with a nice spoil for the Lions. Morrow and Baldy doing some groundwork. That's Trent. I'll get those names right for you, Paul, because I know you're probably following both of those. Yep. As Lindsay will burst out of the stoppage and kick towards their coach's box. Long was first there, and Thomas said, "We're going over." And a little bit of niggle. Thomas decides to just give a bit of a push and a shove, but all is well. Boundary throw-in box.
Yeah, do like Long back as well. I think it's a good move, especially with his, obviously we spoke about his soft tissue injuries, just to run straight ahead, but he's been really good early.
It's always Risky though too when you've got soft tissue injuries to play as a defender because you're governed by the bloke you're chasing rather than the lead you're making. So keep on him during the course of the afternoon. His pace will be a problem up forward, there's no question about that. Moe, they are down back at the moment and they're trying to ease the pressure as it spills over the boundary line. Just 25 metres from Wonthaggi's goals. As I say, they're kicking to the scoreboard end of this Summerton Reserve. 4.5 minutes gone. Guess what? No score.
I'll just give you a bit of a hand, boys. If you see a guy with long hair, that's Nathan Wilden. You can't see his number. That's how long his hair is. Okay. You cannot see his number.
All right. And also, Wonthaggi got a player out there, number 40. We're not too sure exactly who he is, but we'll work on that for you. As from the stoppage, kicked around the body there was Hutchison. Gets close to the goal line. And no one can get any further. We'll have a stoppage.
Sorry, Scott, we've got an injury from Moe early in the game already, so another heartbreak here for Moe.
He's
brought himself off. It's Brock Smith. Massive injury.
And is he limping? Is it a leg injury, Boxer?
Well, the way he's walking, I definitely want to be a limp.
Oh, dear. Yeah. If it's another hamstring. So from this stoppage, Sparks will have a flying shot at goal long again. He's been super important. And it is Brock Smith who has just come off.
It could be an ankle too, I think, Scott.
Right, well, keep an eye on that for us, Boxer, if you can. As long, short kick is dangerous. And it's going to be picked up by Andy Murray. And he will go back and he's kicking on, well, a 45-degree angle, but this is where you want to have shots from goal, Boxer. Beautiful
spot to be. He needs to aim for that left goal post at the moment. Just want to see players these days, though, really give a really good follow-through with their kick.
Running to the right.
There's a bit going on in the middle. There we go.
Free kick, Wonthaggi.
Yep. 50-metre penalty, is it?
No, it's a free kick. He's called it downfield.
It'll be a 50-metre penalty. That's what it'll be. If the free kick gets paid, it's a 50. So this will be your first goal of the afternoon. Andy Murray from point-blank range could just about put it on Vale Street if he wants to. Hopefully the net comes into play. And no one's on the mark at the moment. Won't matter. He is right in the goal square. Just chips it over the top. Does nicely. And Andy Murray, the first goal.
Yeah, just an indiscretion by a Moe defender who put on a early block when the ball wasn't even in play and the umpire called play on. So an obvious free kick from where I was sitting. And there's the start that Wonthaggi wanted.
And the first goal has come on the board at the 6-minute mark of the first quarter. LB Forklift scoreboard, 1 goal straight, Wonthaggi, and Moe yet to score.
I reckon the recipient of that free kick was Jared Blair, was it? I reckon he may have got a good nudge out and maybe a professional free kick too from Blairy. The ball is back in the centre, nicely done. Neither ruckman got a clear hand on it. Good tackle though, it was by Ben Denner. The umpire says maybe a bit too rough.
A bit early.
Yeah. So the free kick will go Wonthaggi's way, the way of Aidan Lindsay. Centre of Summerton Reserve comes grandstand side, not because he wanted to. It went off the side of the boot. The wind is playing havoc, no question. Good tackle, though, by Jai Gilmore. Left half forward flank. They got the numbers around the ball. But Wood goes boom with a 55-metre torpedo that tumbles into the arms of defender Tim Knowles for the power.
Yeah, he's got a bit of height on his opponent there in Baldy, and he quickly handballs it off to the run of Fergus O'Connor. Gets it to the far wing. Here's at Mount Wilden. Couldn't quite gather, but strong tackle from Wilden. Caused the turnover. Sim has it. Puts it in the direction of Declan Kelty. And the backman who's turned forward. We know he can play anywhere on the ground. He is up forward. And he's taken a nice strong mark to look to get Moe's first goal of the afternoon.
I was going to say too, Scud, we just probably needed a little bit more off the half-forward line there from Moe, and all of a sudden Harry Sim pops in and the kick was well weighted and beautiful kick inside to Kilty.
Good tackle by Wilden to start things up in the middle of the ground as Declan Kilty, the coach of Moe, comes in only 35 metres out, tightish angle, right foot, he keeps it low. He doesn't quite get there. Beautifully done in the end, and coming out to meet that one, it was a Dylan Brooks who just read it nicely off the boot and takes the mark. He is on the other side now, which is the Canbar side of the ground here at Ted Summerton, kicking towards Smith Street as he comes in. And at South Street, I should say, as he puts it through the middle. And the first goal of the afternoon goes to Dylan Brooks for the Moe Lions.
Yes, Declan Kilty definitely kicked it like a backman, didn't he? Like, that was...
There's been a few of those, though, in the opening, 8 or 9 minutes.
It looks a little bit sloppy at the moment from both sides, and there's no real sort of game style or game plan they're both playing at. But, a goal each, so it's an arm wrestle at the minute. But we just spoke about the Canbar. They have the biggest Canbar here in Gippsland League, but a much-needed goal there to Moe.
And that has 1 goal apiece on the board at the 8-minute mark of the first quarter on the LB Forklift scoreboard.
So just waiting for the ball to be brought back on to Ted Summerton Reserve. It's slowly making its way back.
The reason why I bring up the Canberra is they've got massive support here at Moe, and you can just see it now. It's already, 10 deep, and we're just early into the first quarter. It's incredible.
You talk about support, and Moe Lions come and support. They certainly do.
They really do.
Hopefully they're all got the Gippsland Live stubby holders that I dropped off a little bit earlier this afternoon.
Great job again, Scud. Great job again.
You're a good promoting
the club.
Don't forget, we'll be giving you updates around the grounds today, both in Mid-Gippsland, North Gippsland, this league, the Gippsland League, and, of course,
Gippsland Power, who are currently playing the number 2 side. Power 1-2. It's quarter time. They lead at 16-8 at quarter time.
And in the AFL, quickly, thanks to Harvey Norman Gippsland Furniture, it's the Crows 41 to the Eagles 7 points.
So Hutha gets the tap in the middle of this ground this afternoon. It's a round 9 clash. It's going to be a beauty. Blair's the last player up, and I speak of Jared Blair, who had his direct opponent, and Trent Bawdy underneath him, and the ball as well. The ball is balled back up again. I reckon too high is going to be the call. It was Tiggy Touchwood, but it was there. And the free kick will go to Ben Danaher. So Ben Danaher on that left leg goes towards the outer side of the ground. Off the boot, looked pretty nice. Didn't find the target, though. Maybe Kelty will come in late and get the ball. He won't. Picked up quickly it was by Knowles. A kick around the corner. The pressure's still on the visitors. They're inside their defensive 50, and Moe have started to apply the screws. Sims dances around beautifully, 1 or 2, can't get a clear touch away, and now the pressure will be too much for all players and spill over the boundary line on the intersection of Ford 50 and Boundary. Moe into attack, scores locked away. 10.5 minutes gone first quarter, it's a goal apiece.
Morrow and Hutha look to lock horns at the top of the 50 as the ball gets back into the field of play. Hutha had the front spot. Murray did well. Sim came in hard, but equally up to the task there was Ryan Sparks. He got a handball out to no one, though, and the umpire will ball it up.
Just looking there, Clint Taylor's gone back as well now onto Staley, so they really are mixing it up a little bit, Moe too, at the minute, so it's allowing Long to play up the ground a little bit more. And
Kelty to go forward as well, so Riley Baldy from the stoppage just couldn't get a handball out. Over the top, though, was Tomo Hutha to try and clear the congested area and to allow Lindsay to run onto it, and he did just that. He kicked it towards the wing. Hutchison was his target. Going out there was Taylor, though, looking for the boundary. The numbers, though, favour Leongatha. They get a kick towards now Jordan Staley. He handballs over the top to an open space. Davey gave it off to the run. Is it Hayes? He has a flying shot at goal and puts it through. Wow. And I tell you what, is it Murray or is it Hayes? I think it's Andy Murray in the end. He's got his second goal of the afternoon.
Scott, that was a magnificent build-up there by Wonthaggi, and I wish we were actually live on air in regards to TV to see what the transition was there from Wonthaggi and the way they played it. Staley had the handball over his head because he had Long on his tail, and to finish off the way they did, and the ball, the way the wind's blowing in at the moment across the ground, it was a great kick there as well by Murray to top off some great work there from Wonthaggi.
A 6-point lead to Wonthaggi at the 12-minute mark of this first quarter. The LB Forklift scoreboard has the Power on 2 goals straight 12, leading Moe 1 goal straight.
A good passage to play that one, no question. They kicked to space, they ran hard and used their pace, and they reaped the benefit in the end, consequence of the second goal to Andy Murray. The ball back in the centre of the ground right now, and contesting the ruck, well, surprisingly enough for Moe, it was Lachlan McGrath. No real surprise, I guess. First time we've seen him, though. Again, there's a fair few players around that ball, and there's not much room to wiggle, so the umpire will take control and try to break it up as we look to see who might contest this time. So for Wonthaggi, it's Jacob Thomas that gets the tap down. Again, he can't find a teammate. The player that he did find, Mitch Hayes, was tackled immediately. So let's take 3. I reckon Jacob may have got another tap at it, then follows his own ball, picks it up, and guess what? He's tackled hard himself. I'll throw it to Scud. Scud's been
probably
tackled.
Just before you throw to Scud, looks like Brock Smith's great news for Moe. He's gone back onto the ground. He had that left ankle taped up, Scud,
all right,
and he's back on the half-back flank.
Well, since you said that, Boxer, we've got another stoppage, so 5 in a row. Let's see if I can change the luck here at Ted Summerton Reserve.
There'll be a free kick coming if you can't.
Well, it does quite get out. Can we get a squeeze of handball out? That was from Belfer, and he does. does just. Good tackle there by Murray. And still, it's on the wing. We've only moved about 5 metres, and we're going to have another stoppage.
All right, let's have a little wager, guys. 50 cents each. I reckon there's a free kick paid right here.
Oh, definitely. And from the non-officiating umpire.
It'll be a Wonthaggi stoppage clearance. As the ball goes up, tried to knock it out, and Sparks was there. Goes to ground. We've got another stoppage. 6 in a row. Make it 7 now. And we'll do it again. We're on the wing still. 13 and a half. Make it 14 minutes gone. Margin 6 points in favour of Wonthaggi. Stoppage. Try there.
There we go.
The free kick. Jacob Thomas, the ruckman.
I don't reckon there was a hold there, umpire, but anyway, we'll say there was.
I like it. As Thomas now rolls in the middle of the ground, puts it inside forward 50, and Blair with a burst of pace quickly plays on, chips it over the top to Staley. He's a smart footballer, Jack Blair.
This is the thing about fast transition footy. When you get a stoppage like that, they move the ball really well. The kick was absolutely perfect out to Blair, but what he did, he turned on the threepence, right, and hit lace out Staley on a great lead.
Yeah, and kids of today, that's about 5 cents.
Oh, sorry, yeah, threepence.
This could be a Zambrero goal today. Into the breeze, into the pocket, puts it on its way. I'll tell you what, there is a Zambrero goal today contender by the big fella.
Yeah, look, a little bit of ominous signs here for... did I say it right?
No,
but it's close enough. We know what I mean.
You know what I mean.
Go with it.
But, you know, there are some signs here that Moe are struggling a little bit just to hold off that midfield of Wonthaggi at the moment too. So, for me, they need to go man on man now just to stop that little bit of influx inside 50 there, PC. All over to you.
It's a 12-point lead to Wonthaggi. We've hit the 15-minute mark of the first quarter on the LV Forklift scoreboard. Wonthaggi 3 goals straight, 18. Moe 1 goal straight, 6.
Okay, Hutha back into the ruck for the visitors. Neither player got a tap there. It was good work. Free kick being called for. No, not given. Numbers around the ball. Blair leads away, taken in the back. Free kick. They get an important another centre break and they go outside, inside defensive 50. Guess what? Take 2. Oh, he dropped what he should have taken, really. Can't really pick the play up. Was it Jack Blair? It was Jack Blair that took a great mark on the lead a moment ago. It spills out and the hands of Wonthaggi. It's Noah Anderson.
Free kick.
And it's a free kick around the ball. And luckily...
Just what a build-up that was. You just about done a pooper valve.
Yes, I did. Wow. Anyway, that would have been a disaster
how
for the
quick
side.
is Jack Blair inside 50? And they're not frightened to use him as well, Wonthaggi.
Skinner had it for Moe. He got it out towards McGrath, and they win the free kick on the wing. Hutha got over his shoulder. So Lachlan McGrath quickly plays on, gets it out to Danaher. Left foot chipping kick to half forwards. A nice, neat one. And has found Dylan Brooks high out from the ground. He's the only goal scorer for Moe so far. We've travelled 16 minutes in the first quarter. Brooks goes backwards. And he found Jordan Seppi. Gets around that trusty left foot, likes to play on, puts it in the Kelty direction, goes up and elevates and marks. He's strong, he's tall, and he's a great target, and Moe wish they had 2 of him.
Yeah, Scott, I just watching Kelty then too. He just knew when Seppi got his balance, he led. He's got the height difference as well, and he's got that vertical leap too. He's got a great grab on him. What's important now for him, he needs to nail this one. Not the first kick he did.
Yeah.
It didn't work really well, but hopefully this is the one.
Well, he's a little bit further out. He's about 45 out he'll kick from. And the right foot kick, usually a good one though, he kept it skinny. And at least it was a better kick. He actually missed everything in the end, but the breeze is quite strong here at Moe.
I reckon that's going to be the worst spot to kick from today with that breeze coming into your face.
That's picked up out of nowhere, that breeze.
How to play on the full, is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so Wonthaggi now from the right back pocket will choose to go towards the outer side. It's Tim Knowles is the player who goes short now, and on the end of that one is Mitch Hayes. Defensive 50, looks down the corridor, likes what he sees. I'm not so sure. It's a 2-on-1 target. Spills out the back. Who's going to be the first player there? Coxedge taken with the ball and dispossessed. And now fighting hard was big Benny Murrow. Taking ball at all. The umpire again to ball this one up right. Smack bang in the centre of Ted Summerton Reserve. 17 3/4 minutes gone. Wonthaggi 3 goals. Moe 1 goal.
Danaher tried to get away from 2 power players, couldn't do so. The umpire will do this one again.
Probably want to see Murray more in the ruck too at the moment. So they need his really strength inside middle.
Right on cue. Murray just grabbed that out of the ruck, put it on the boot. Here's Balfour. Can mark. He didn't get paid the mark, and he was quickly under a Gilmore tackle pressure. No opportunity, and we'll ball it up again. Just a little bit forward of centre for Wonthaggi. 18 minutes have gone. It's a 12-point margin of round 9 Alinta Energy. Here's Danaher again. Left foot kick is to some open space. Although Wonthaggi got some numbers back with the flight. Nicely done was Josh Schultz. And Schultz will just slow it up and go inboard to Mitch Hayes.
So Mitch Hayes in the centre of the ground, looks on his left. Not sure these choices they're making, but they've got the numbers around the ball. Blair's one of the numbers, and he's one of the good numbers.
They're waxing the
ball
brother.
from one Blair to another. Here we go. From outside 50, he's going to go for it. A kick. It's not going to make the distance. Centre of the square. Big fly. I reckon that's a mark that's been taken. It is. And it's a big guy, Jordan Stanley, who's kicked one. And like his teammate Andy Murray earlier, gets the chance to kick his second, and Wonthaggi's fourth inside the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, we spoke about this, but he's kicked the goal too. It was just in the goal square, easy as you like, big hands. This is what we spoke about pre-game, or just at the start of the game too, was the height difference that Wonthaggi had.
It's now an 18-point lead. We've got to the 19-minute mark of the first quarter, and Wonthaggi lead by that margin. They are 4 straight 24. Moe 1 goal straight 6.
How long, Boxer?
Kilty has to come. He has to come.
Who breaks first?
Yeah, he has to go now.
You have to go now?
Now it's 4.
Scoreboard says
4 goals 1. You've got to go now. So hopefully he does, because then you can bring Longy back to forward.
Well, let's have a look at it from the stoppage. Try to work hard. Holding the footy. Well, Morrow was a good tackle. The second effort was good. Gave a quick handle off to Danaher. Left foot kick, tumbles one inside 50. Brooks will fly. Free kick will be paid. It's a shepherding. It's going to go to Daniel Barand of Moe, and he'll have a shot for goal 30 metres out directly in front.
Daniel's his brother. This is Matthew, I reckon.
Oh, it is too. Sorry.
Yep, sorry, that's
Daniel,
okay.
of course, used to play down at Druin.
Correct. Yep.
I'll get that right. Sorry,
that's okay.
Matthew.
Hey, even the best of us make mistakes, Darryl. That's okay.
So Matthew Barand comes. He's been a good find for Moe directly in front. Should put it through, keeps it low, works it back nicely right to left, and Matthew Barand has his first of the afternoon for the Lions, a much needed one.
Yeah, great response there by Moe, and it started with Morrow in the middle. I think it's a good move to keep him in the middle for now with his strength, just to give his midfielders that first use. But Ben Danaher's been in both setups inside 50, but Moe just need that extra one now, just before we hit quarter time, just to keep themselves really in this game.
And that brings the margin back to 12 points. Wonthaggi 4 straight 24. Moe 2 goals straight 12. LB Forklift scoreboard coming up to the 21-minute mark of the first quarter.
And of course, best on ground performance this afternoon, all thanks to Isuzu D-Max, the new D-Max Born to Live and Born to Tow. As the ball comes back to the middle, well, I think Morrow headbutted that out. We'll give it a tap though. Coming off the back of the pack, nicely done was Tom Murray. Gave a handball to a teammate to put him under pressure. That was Stephen Scott. And he just couldn't get a handball away, so the umpire said that's holding the ball. And Grady Coxedge for the Lions has it in the centre square. Waits and waits. They present to the near side, to Baldy direction. Can't quite mark. Does well at ground level though. Does it Riley. Right up in a tackle. Tried to squeeze a handball towards his goal. Quickly picked it up there on that occasion was Bates. Kept it close to the boundary line. And eventually it will go over. And that was in front of... and the big fella down there in Fergus O'Connor. So a boundary throw in, 22 minutes gone. First quarter, the margin's at 12 points in favour of the Power. And Huther got the tap out.
He did indeed. Couldn't find anyone except Aidan Lindsay, and he was on the opposition. Tries to break through defensive 50. Coming in for Moe was Coxedge, who was taken over the line, ball and all, by Mitchy Hayes. So again, another boundary throw in, right on the intersection, forward 50 and boundary. Right half forward flank, a bit deeper than that. Morrow will contest the ruck and gets the tap. Can he find a teammate? Oh. He can't. Some good body contact. You heard Scott. He felt the pinch and he's 150 metres away from it. How times have changed. 55 metres from Moe's goals. They're kicking to the right of your radio.
Scud, Kilty has gone back.
There you go.
Good call. Well done. That's why he's been one of the best coaches in Gippsland and one of the great comments men of all time. Our man, Nick Licino. Wood has the ball, though, for Moe. Gives ground, keeps possession to Tommy Long, who's up the ground a bit. Inside forward 50. The race for the ball is on just 20 metres from Moe's goals. And they call for a deliberate out of bounds. It's not paid. The boundary umpire will throw this one in 10 metres from the Lions' goal.
And it just straightens him up, doesn't it? Like, you know, he's one of the elite backman of the competition.
But you've got to kick goals to win the game.
I can see his thought process at the moment.
Jacks would be handy.
Oof.
Well, ball inside forward 50. Huther just grabbed it, kicked it out. Run onto this one was Blair. Couldn't quite take it. He looked for the free kick. In the end, though, they burst out of this one. Stephen Scott was able to put ball to boot. Got it to an open space in wing. It's a foot race. It's that number 40 for Wonthaggi. We've got no idea who it is because they haven't updated their team sheet. If someone from Wonthaggi's listening, let us know. We've got a stoppage on the far side.
Oof. Not happy.
12-point margin late in the first quarter, 23 minutes gone.
Call him Smith. Just call him Smith.
It's been an interesting first kick. It's been an interesting first quarter. Morrow gets the tap down again. They're all going to be beaten by the boundary. No play onto the call. They skip around a couple and off they go. The power. They handball to advantage. They just need a favourable bounce. They don't get it. So a boundary throw in right now.
Poppy just around the grounds thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture, Gippsland, and in the AFL it is a massive lead to the Adelaide Crows 53 and to the Eagles 15.
Disastrous year for the Eagles, not so for these two sides. They're well in finals contention, but today's result's going to have a big impact on where they might finish as they find up forward for Moe. I'm not sure who it was, but it doesn't matter because they've found McGrath now, left half forward flank just outside forward 50 for the Lions. They're on the wrong side of the ground. They keep it low, cutting to the wind. Can't find a teammate. Competition's hot around the floor of the ball, and Wonthaggi have got the numbers through Stephen Scott to clear the area with a 55-metre kick. Can't find a teammate. They found the boundary, and you know what? That's just as good the pressure they were under.
It was pretty close and deliberate, to be honest. There was no one that he actually kicked to, but he got a 50-metre advantage to the side.
Paul Carter does what he does best for Gippsland Ozusa Ute. He just told us maybe number 40 could be Jarvis Brown, so we're going to go with that as Sparks puts his boot to ball from that stoppage. Here's Kelty. He's on his own. He was a loose man back, couldn't mark, goes to ground and causes a stoppage. And that's as good as a forward stop for the Lions. And we'll have another ball up. 24.5 minutes. Make it 25 minutes into this first quarter. Wonthaggi's had a good one. 12-point margin. Morrow took it out of the rack, barrelled one towards the wing and kicked it to his opponent, Ruckman. Opposition Ruckman, that was. And Tomahutha marks unopposed. His kick will be turned over, though, as Sim comes in. That's Harrison. And Harrison on the half-back flank. Are we going Harrison or Harry? Boxer, I know you got in a bit of strife a few years ago.
Harry.
His kick, though, looking for Hayward. In the end, Hayward was awarded the free kick. He goes back to the outer side of the ground. And is it Seppi? He likes to get back on the left foot, and he does just that. Gets around the player on the mark. And now left foot inside forward 50. Gets to the back. Brooks is there. He goes to ground. Numbers favouring Wonthaggi. Bates was back there. Chisels a kick down the line. And finds his teammate back there. Is it Schultz who kicks high towards the wing? There's a free kick whistle being paid. Yep. As the Wonthaggi had it on the wing now, they transfer it towards half forward where Noah Anderson was the target, but it went out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, Scud, just quickly, Terrelgan v Mafra. It's Terrelgan are leading by 13 points late in the first quarter.
26 minutes mark in this first quarter. It's actually, despite the tricky conditions, 6 goals straight have been scored. 4 of them to the away side, Wonthaggi, 2 to the home side, Moe. So a 2-goal lead, just about on quarter time. You'd think only a couple of minutes left as the ball now is called by the umpire, and there'll be a ball up. Outer side wing. Moe hosting Wonthaggi. Front of the pack, Huther gets a tap. Can't find a teammate. And the umpire will take control. A lot of stoppages today, a lot of ball ups. That's because of the ferocity of both sides around the ball. Not wanting to give everyone an easy passage through. And they've both been very resilient to date. As the ball spills out, on the end of it was Andy Murray, went through his legs, tunnel ball-like, and as a consequence now, Sims tries to bust the tackle, can't, gives the ball away, and now Wonthaggi got some room to move. Yeah. Pace is what's required, pace is what's given. They just can't get a handle on the ball, and that means Kelty comes in, and he does it nicely. The coach to Wood on his wrong leg, finds a teammate just outside, forward 50. Good play by the home side, as Matty Baran gets on the end of it from 55. He goes short. Oh no! And a play on the full.
Yeah, I just saw Paul Carter's not happy either because he got the number wrong. It's not Jarvis Brown. He is out there with the long blonde hair. As Wonthaggi transfer this footy to Sparks. He's on the half-back flank now. A nice kick out wide, although getting the front spot, Tommy Long just read it off the boot better than his opponent in Jacob Thomas and was able to stop that forward thrust as Long slows things up. On the wing area, tries to draw the opponent. Does he get around? No, he doesn't. He only got toe to it. Didn't go too far. They crash in and
too high.
Baldy, gee, he was hard at the football. Was it high? He was attacking the football, I would have thought. Anyway, free kick goes against Riley Baldy. It's going to go towards Andy Murray. As Murray now, half-back flank, has it for the power. Chips one over the top to Blair, and he is becoming a bit of a worry. He's so quick off the mark. And you go to him every time.
Well, every time Wonthaggi scored, it's from quick play.
Yep.
You see both sides are playing slow play at the minute. So whether they want to hold on to that lead at quarter time or whether they just, Moe are doing a good job of holding them up.
Well, they've tried to get the footy back, Moe. Seppi did well. Baldy was out there as well. Kick around the body from Wheeldon. Goes towards the wing area. Can't quite mark it there was Riley Baldy. So it falls in the hands now of Blair. That was Jared. Squeezed a handball out to the teammate. And on that occasion, it's Fergus O'Connor. Kicks down towards half forward. No one can mark. Morrow was there. Gave a handball under her teammate was Hayward. Under pressure. They've still got to work hard, the Lions. Quick kick out from there was Joe Skinner. And he missed the target. Hoother was able to swoop on it. And he can hit a target out wide. And that is Ryan Sparks.
So Sparks, he's been pretty good the last few minutes. A couple of nice touches coming out of defence. Now he's going to go into attack. Off the boot, sloppy. Gave it up. Is that Morrow again who got on the end of it? It is. He disposes of his opponent and thinks about playing on. No, the umpire says just go back over your mark.
I thought the other umpire called play on then, Pop.
Yeah, so Morrow may have been lucky on that occasion. He's inside the defensive arc. He kicks backwards. Gee, the kick was sloppy, but it found a teammate. And that's all you need to do sometimes. And that player was Skinner, who goes back and gives it up. Guess what? That player that Lucchino's identified earlier could prove to be the difference in this first quarter as he finds a big man. Is it Stanley or not? Or it could be.
It is.
It is?
I think it's Thomas.
All right.
Oh, it is Thomas. Sorry, my apologies.
So Thomas.
Siren too, guys.
Siren's gone. You think that he's kicking against the teeth of the wind here, and he'll kick from about 40 metres. He's kicking to the scoreboard end. Wonthaggi are 4 straight goals. Moe are 2 straight goals. And some of the goals have been kicked by players on harder angles than what he is at the moment. So Jacob Thomas
has to be a Zambrero contender.
Well, if he gets on the end of this with a goal off the boot, now it's not going to make the distance. That wind is strong, kicking from that side. So that's it. It's quarter time, Scutman.
It certainly is. And the Power lead at 4 straight, 24. And they lead Moe 2 straight, 12. It is a 12-point margin in favour of Power at quarter time. It is Gippsland Live on TRFM. And it's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
The Random 20 Countdown. Counting down the 20 biggest hits in no particular order.
Yes, people. It's Tom Grennan.
Hey, guys. This is just Malboy.
Hey, it's your boy, Joel Corey.
Hey, what up, people? It's JC Derulo, and you're hanging out with Mikey.
You're just like my favorite song going round and round my head.
The Random 20 Countdown with Mikey.
Weeknights from 7 on TRFM.
The hand-crumbed, perfectly crunchy, goldenous schnitzelus is often found resting happily in a wrap or roll, satisfying ravenous post-match hunger. There's only one habitat for such a delectable morsel, and that's Schnitz Traralgon.
$1 mattress upsize deal now at Harvey Norman. Purchase a selected Australian-made queen-size mattress from King Coil, Sealy Posturepedic, Sleepmaker or Beauty Rest, and for $1 more, upgrade to a king size. Plus 60 months interest-free, no deposit, no interest from Latitude with 60 approximately equal on 3 payments, and receive a bonus gift card up to $1,000. Finance only available if you have or are approved for a participating Latitude credit card. Minimum financed amount $1,000. See T's and C's. Interest applies for non-compliance. Fees and product exclusions apply. Now at Harvey Norman.
Go! Style has a new home in Gippsland and it's Carpet Country. Carpet Country is proud to announce the launch of the Country Tiler. Building on decades of experience sourcing tiles from all over the world, they've condensed all of their knowledge into one stunning new contemporary showroom. With stunning tiles hand-sourced from only the finest suppliers, they have something for everyone, and with special orders and almost limitless buying power. Soon to be Gippsland's exclusive home of Laminex, the only limitation is your imagination. Drop in to see them at Argyle Street, Traralgon.
Come and check out one of Gippsland's biggest and best ranges of quality furniture and bedding at Morelli's Furniture and Bedtime in Sale. Be amazed at the great range and the prices, plus free delivery in Gippsland still applies. Remember, Morelli's Furniture and Bedtime, no excuses. Be there.
Zambrero's new Big Burrito is so big, it'll crush any hunger. Loaded with double filling and double rice, it's sure to leave you satisfied. Head down to Zambrero Traralgon today. Available for a limited time only. Zambrero. Feel good Mex.
How's your mobile phone going? Battery always running flat? Cracked screen? Then upgrade to a new mobile phone from Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland, where buying a mobile phone is easy, with a showroom full of mobile phones unlocked or on a plan. The best range in brands like Apple, Samsung, Nokia, Oppo and much more. Plus, being a premium Optus dealer, they have amazing offers to get you connected. Head to your local Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland store today.
Hi, it's Emma and Tanya from Virtue Homes. Thinking of building? We're super excited as we're currently planning our interior designs for the upcoming display homes opening later this year in Traralgon. The Olivia, the Windsor and the Kingston are all under construction, and we can't wait to show you the most amazing furnishings and interior designs suitable to the style of each home. Keep an eye out soon for the release date of our new display homes in 2022. Come and be inspired with Virtue Homes. CDBU 48113.
Your next Macca's run could do more than fix your hunger. It could win you a share in almost $4,000. We want you to drive through for cash. Simply head to the drive-through at your local McDonald's Gippsland restaurant. Scan the QR code when it's safe to do so and get your name into the draw to win the daily cash giveaways. Drive through for cash. Thanks to McDonald's Gippsland Restaurants and TRFM.
The hand-crumbed, perfectly crunchy, goldenous schnitzelus is often found resting happily in a wrap or roll, satisfying ravenous post-match hunger. There's only one habitat for such a delectable morsel, and that's Schnitz Traralgon.
Now, a look at the quarter highlights. Gippsland Live on TRFM.
And at South Street, I should say, he puts it through the middle, and the first goal of the afternoon goes to Dylan Brooks for the Moe Lions. Hutchison was his target. Going out there was Taylor, though, looking for the boundary. The numbers though favour Lee Gather. They get a kick towards now Jordan Staley. He handballs over the top to an open space. Davey gave it off to the run. Is it Hayes? He has a flying shot at goal and puts it through. This could be a Zambrero goal today. Into the breeze, into the pocket, puts it on its way. I'll tell you what, there is a Zambrero goal today, contender by the big fella.
Gippsland Live on TRFM.
Yeah, welcome back. It is quarter time. It's a 12-point margin in favour of Wonthaggi. 4 straight 24 lead Moe, 2 straight 12 is Paul Carter with all the key stats thanks to Gippsland Isuzu Ute, the new D-Max, born to live and born to tow. Available at Gippsland Isuzu Ute.
Moe actually won the inside 50s 12-11 there, but the big stat of the first quarter is the clearances. Wonthaggi 15 to Moe's 9, and I think that's where the big difference is between the two. Main individual stat winners for Wonthaggi. We have 8 to Ryan Sparks, 6 to Tomahuza and to Jared Blair, and as well to Jack Blair, 5 to Mitch Hayes and Aidan Lindsay. For Moe, the leading stat winner of the ones I'm following, Harry Sim and Declan Kilty, both with 4.
Very good. Boxer, what have you noticed in that first quarter of play?
Yeah, I just thought Moe was just a little bit flat. Obviously, they've got a few changes coming back in, and a few of those players were coming back from injury as well, so you would have expected them to be a little bit rusty too. Kilty going forward was a really good move, I thought, initially, but he's gone back now just purely from the inside 50s from Wonthaggi. They had to nullify, and the height difference as well. But having said that, Kilty's now put himself forward, so it'd be interesting to see what happens here. I think there might be a bit of an advantage to this side of the ground maybe as we speak, but I won't go outside, it's too cold.
The ball in the centre, ready to go. Commence the second quarter here. It's Gippsland Live with Darryl Cooling, Rob Poppleton, Nick Licino, Paul Carter, and Jared Blair wants to get involved, but can't. The ball is taken away from him, but they got the numbers nicely done. Josh Schultz tried to bust the pack and couldn't get through.
Tackle by Jacob Wood.
Yeah, good tackle, Jacob Wood, and a cheerio to Mrs. Wood, who's at home listening to us on 99.5 FM. I hope you find us, Mrs. Wood, and I hope you're well. Your husband's doing very well. So is this bloke, Jared Blair. But again, he's been tackled without the ball, and it'll be a ball up.
A lot of stoppages, isn't there? It's a tough brand.
Just a quick one though, that was Harry Dawson went out for Wonthaggi, and that's where Jackson Williams has come in for number 40.
All right, so Huther gets the ball, goes looking for his teammate there in Josh Schultz, and Josh Schultz is ridden into the ground. Is a really good, nice tackle by Riley Baldy.
No, it was Woody. It was Jacob Wood.
He said, "You mentioned my wife on radio. I'll show you what I've got. And he tries to let Blair know what he's got as well.
And Schultz decides to come off after that one, Poppy.
Yeah, nice tackle too. Schultz hurt as a consequence of that good tackle by Wood. And he comes in and gets him. He's getting involved.
Here he goes.
Almost knows that his wife is listening and he's starting to get involved in this play.
Here he goes again.
I thought they were bringing the sandwiches in when they knocked it.
So front spot was Morrow, left it behind. Quick handball out there was from Lucas Fry. Gave to Danaher and Morrow. Swept one out towards Balfour. There's a free kick. It's going to go back to Fry, I think, over the shoulder. And it's Danaher that will be the recipient of the free kick. His kick, though, was smothered by Huther. Went again, had legs taken from underneath him, and Danaher did well. His left foot kick now goes inside forward 50. Baran was the target. Couldn't take the mark. Knowles was there for the power. Baran did well a second effort. Squeezed a handball out to Jacob Wood. He gets away from Lindsay, and on the left foot, doesn't quite get it on radar, and it goes to the last line. And taking the mark back there is the Leongatha defender.
Leongatha with the wrong game, eh?
Wonthaggi defender, I should say, as Mel Mackey just texts us those scores from Leongatha. And we'll get to those in a moment, Boxhead.
Yes.
As the ball comes back out now for the power. Top of the 50 it goes. Lindsay on the bottom of the pack. The umpire will ball things up.
Yeah, Leongatha, as you spoke, because I know why you said it, massive leaders against Druin. 8-5-51 to Druin. No score at a quarter time.
Oh, gee whiz. All right, so right here at Moe Recreation Reserve, it's the visitors 4 goals, Moe 2 goals. The ball into attack, though, for Moe. Nicely done, Grady Coxedge. Kicks to Kelty.
Perfect
on
kick.
The lead. Perfect lead, perfect kick, perfect take. It just needs a perfect finish, and they're within one straight kick.
That was a fantastic kick, and I think, you know, it's a smart move. It probably is a bit of an advantage to this end of the ground, which we call it the
scoreboard
end.
City.
Scoreboard end, yes, City end. It was a great lead. He just gave it enough weight to see Kilty run onto it too now.
All right, so Kilty will kick from 25 metres out, basically directly in front, and he's hit the left post. Can you believe it? The first minor score this afternoon, 3 minutes into the second quarter, Paul Carter.
Taking Murray to 2-1-13. They trail by 11 points, and Wonthaggi were 4 goals straight 24. Carpet Country scoreboard 3 minutes second quarter.
Tim Knowles brings it in, although it's all lines around this one. Balfour put his head over the football, didn't get the free kick. Good work by Blair, gave it across to Gilmore. He tries to squeeze it out to his teammate, and that was Anderson. And a nice little neat inside 45 kick found Huther. Still in the defensive 50 though. His kick goes towards centre half back to find Knowles, and he found him. They're just holding on to it. Out wide they go again to Hayes. They got the run out wide, and this was from Bates, although left the footy behind now, did Bates. He gave it back to his teammate there in Hayes. He had to find a target. He did nicely to Tom Murray. And the power, they've had a few touches but haven't moved too far in distance. Now they go forward with the kick and they get it towards Lindsay. He tries to come back on the left foot, kicks towards half forward. The target there is the big fella in Thomas. Couldn't quite mark it. Second effort was good. Long put him in a tackle. Squeezed it out now to Davey. He goes to a hot spot with a dangerous kick. It bounces to the goal line and they're going to rush it through. Or did it hit the post?
Hit the post.
It hit the post, so it goes out of bounds for a boundary throw. And I tell you what, Boxer, you wouldn't want to be the coach of Declan Kelty because you just don't know where to put him. So it's lucky that he is the coach.
Well, that's well put.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Because I would have thought he would have kept himself down back, but obviously there must be some reason why this end must be the scoring end, they think.
Yep. So Morrow taken out of the contest. Wonthaggi, they're at the bottom of the pack and they don't want to pick it up as a fear of being caught with the ball. Guess what?
It's holding the footy.
For not getting his hands on the footy, he's actually been paid holding the ball. As Scott Van Dyke gets the free kick, goes towards the outer side looking for Sims. Can't find that player.
Sim.
Sorry,
Sim. You're in trouble now.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Sim. I did it again.
You did it again.
Left half forward flank, Wonthaggi into attack as young Harry Sim couldn't quite get a handle on it. The ball thrown in, nicely done. Morrow tries to use his bulk and does, finds Riley Baldy out of side of the ground.
Free kick.
Free kick behind play. Throwing the ball, it was from Morrow. Umpire picked it up, and so he should. He was a metre away, and I'm 220 metres away. As Blair the coach of Wonthaggi and one of the great players of this league, Jared Blair, from left half forward flank, off the boot, looked nice. Can he find a teammate? He can't. Play on to the call. Thought the mark was paid. It wasn't. Moe eased the pressure. 50-metre kick towards the half-back line.
Mark.
Good, strong mark. Front of the pack will go Wonthaggi's way, and it's going to go the way of Tom Murray as he sends the power forward.
He does. It gets over the top of the leading full forward. Working his way back there was Van Dyke. Squeezed a handball to Skinner. His kick was partially smothered. Kept in by Hutchison. Will kick around the body. Anderson was there. Can mark on his chest. Great work. Great awareness there from Hutchison. And directly in front with his eyes on the footy is Noah Anderson. Although he's out of the square, which means he's on the tightest of all angles.
And the wind in his face.
And the wind in his face. Exactly right, Boxer, for Carpet Country. This could be one of your Zambrero goals of the day. Hard up on the boundary line. Runs around. Puts it on its way. He likes it. And that is a Zambrero goal of the day contender, Noah Anderson from the power.
Well, Hutchison just showed how athletic he really is for a kid that's probably, 6'3", 6'4" at ground level. It was a great goal. It was a funny build-up there from Wonthaggi, and it's a goal they really needed because Moe was showing signs then early that they were going to work their way back into this game. Now they've given themselves a nice 17-point buffer.
And that 17-point margin is on the Carpet Country scoreboard at the 7-minute mark of the second quarter. Wonthaggi 5 goals straight, 30, leading Moe 2-1-13.
So when they've got some room to move, they're pretty dangerous. And I noticed too, they're not afraid to kick to space and let their teammates' pace run them into the ball. And they've shown some patience too from the back half. Not just blazing forward, looking for the best option. And the best option right now for Moe is Wood, who's been busy in the opening minutes of this second quarter. Picks the ball up, finds his coach in Kelty, right half forward flank. He's got the lead on. The kick looked good, and a good strong mark. Dylan Brooks on the breakaway, took the mark out in front of his face, arms outstretched. The challenge now, boys, is can he kick from 45 metres out with the wind coming maybe slightly across him? He's going to have to go left to right, but the distance could be a problem if history's anything to go by. It's an absolute photo. It's a pig of a kick, to be honest, and it falls 5 metres short, and picking up the crumbs is Wonthaggi's Tom Murray, who goes towards the outer side. Can he find his teammate, Jai Gilmore? He can. Can Gilmore find a teammate? That's the question.
Hold the footy.
He did find someone. They were dispossessed, and the free kick will go Moe's way, and they are attacking again.
Skinner comes inboard, quickly handball, gets it back. This time it's in the hands now of Aaron Wilson. Gets it inside forward 50, but a strong mark by Josh Bates of the power. They go to the far side again. Of course, the wind blowing across the ground. The big tall target out there was Thomas. Couldn't quite mark it. Has to work hard down there was Andy Murray, close to the boundary line. Eventually, it goes over. And we've gone 8.5 minutes into the second quarter. Only the one goal, and it's gone the way of the power. They led it by 17 points to game high. 17 points. Big moments brought to you by Moore Bowling Club. Pot and Parmanite tonight. 5:30, only $20. As we'll have another stoppage after this ball came back in to the field of play. Quick update around the grounds. Thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture Gippsland stores. I can tell you the Gippsland Power are 10 points in front of Geelong at half-time. It's 1v2 in that game.
And the other scores too. Terrell with 3-2-20. They lead Maffra just the 1 point. And Morwell 4 points only to Sale 1-5-11.
Any other scores from the other leagues at this stage?
Well, we can. Mid-Kippy, Ballara are trailing Stony Creek by 46 points.
Wow.
Yanar 2-5-17 to MDU, 2-3-15. Morwell East 8-5-53 to Tura, just the 4 points. Fish Creek 4-3-27 to Newborough, 4-6-30. Tarwin 2-4-16 to Moobra North, 1-4-10. And Thorpedale 4-1-25. They trail Foster 9-7-61.
As Wonthaggi go into attack, and a big long kick for goal by Noah Anderson, who was trying desperately to get his second within the quarter, was just offline, and he scored their first point, is it, for the game?
Yep. Sure is. On windy, tricky conditions. And we've only had 1 point each, Poppy.
Yep, so the ball will be brought back into play by Scott Van Dyke. The margin back out to 18 points again as Van Dyke, ever so cleverly and skillfully, finds his teammate in Riley Baldy. Inside defensive 50, he'll go along the line, or will he go inboard? He'll go inboard. It was a risky kick. He had to drill through 3 Wonthaggi players to try to look for Aaron Wilson, or was it Riley Baldy? But whoever it was, he couldn't find him, and now it's been locked up as a consequence of Aaron Wilson not getting a clean look at the ball. And inside forward 50, Wonthaggi maintain the rage and they lay the tackle, but a free kick's been paid. And it's going to go...
It's a fend-off, is it?
A high fend-off from the Moe defender on the tackle by Jack Hutchinson. A little bit unlucky, I would have thought. Jack Hutchinson's got a bit more height than him. Nevertheless, he will have an opportunity to kick his first of the afternoon. From 45, on a better than 45, to the right of your radio, and he goes right of the goals, even more than he should have. So he basically went the way he ran.
Yeah.
And
no breeze.
No breeze whatsoever. So Boxer may have been right.
Well, there's no breeze, isn't there?
No,
in here.
Now.
In here.
No.
But it definitely has picked up. You can tell by the scores there must be a fair bit of wind around other grounds too, because a lot of scores are pretty one-sided.
Yeah.
We'll wait till half-time to get a true indication of how the games are panning out. As bringing it back, it was Van Dyke. There's a free kick. Maybe the advantage? No. The umpire said we're going to bring it back to Baldy, and this will be Riley Baldy at defensive 50. And I like the way that Riley's got the tats. It now distinguishes the difference between Riley and Trent as Seppi's kick goes to Coxedge's toes. Good to pick up in the end. Coming in hard was Tom Murray. Get it back out the way of Jared Blair. He tries to squeeze a handball. Back to a big fella there in, was it Staley? Couldn't quite get it going their way, and Baldy wrapped up Tom Murray. And we'll have a boundary throw in right in front of the Moe coaching staff this afternoon as they trail at the moment. 18 points. No doubt their big concern will be, where do we play Kelty? Is it forward or back? At the moment, it is being left in the forward line. However, they need some goals. Wielded from this stoppage. Got a handball, those picked off by Jared Blair. He dances and gets around one, then puts it inside forward 50. Murray can't mark. That's Andy. Goes towards the boundary line in front of the can bar here at Moe, which is absolutely chockers this afternoon. And they're having a great Saturday afternoon. Thanks for joining us. It is Gippsland Live on TRFM. It's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical. And we have round 9 of the Inter Energy Gippsland League, Moe and Wonthaggi with a power lead by 18 points.
They do. The big man for Wonthaggi, Jacob Thomas, maybe got a hand on it. Wasn't a clear touch, though, and ground level. There's a number of players both sides. The last player to come up with the ball, though, for Wonthaggi was Mitch Hayes. Just outside forward 50. Grandstand side of the ground. Moe into attack, but in fact, Wonthaggi to attack, but Moe now, consequence, a really nice big kick from Ben Danaher. Left foot torpedo. Goes better than over the centre of the ground, and too high was the call from the umpire, so there'll be a free kick the Lions' way. Play on's the call. Dance it off, and off they go again, the Lions. They're starting to show a little bit, but this is where they've been breaking down.
Yep.
Giving up the ball too easily. And as Scud said earlier, they need 2 Mitch Keltys, and they've only got 1. That causes some problems. Wonthaggi now break from defensive 50, outer side of the ground. They do this well on the spread. They're looking pretty nice as Jackson Williams gets one of his few touches of the afternoon. Mainly because we haven't known his number. And the bloke we spoke of, Kelty, he's now back in defence.
He is. He kicks out wide to Belfer, who's over to Mark. Good young kid is Jacob Belfer. Nice little neat kick, although he's got a little bit of pressure now as Seppi. He does well. He's got some afterburners. He gets the handball inboard to Coxedge. He tries to work it back to Danaher. Does it, don't argue. Gets around it. Now Belfer gets it back. Out towards Trent Baldy. Give it to the big fella in Morrow. He wants to get rid of it by hand. Danaher said, I'll take it and I'll kick it to centre half forward where McGrath elevates, can't mark. And the umpire was quick to say, my ball. Stoppage, top of the 50 as Moe start to build box.
Yeah, I just think their build-up for Moe's, they're working their tails off up this end of the ground, but their forward lines are really falling down. They just need something. They can't have, like Poppy said, you can't have 2 Kilties at both ends of the ground.
No, quick kick out of the contest by Coxedge, and he goes as far as Wonthaggi's Jai Gilmore. Jai Gilmore comes grandstand side to where Fergus O'Connor from one Baldy to another, and now back to Kelty, the player we've spoken about a bit. He's been busy and wanted to push the ball through the centre, but he chooses to come grandstand side where Wood has actually dropped what he should have taken, and now picking up the crumbs and doing it really nicely was Tom Davey. The handball was on, and he should have considered giving it to Noah Anderson. He didn't, and now Moe will get themselves out of trouble. A quick kick around the body by Taylor falls in the hands of Tom Davey, and he's got a short option here if he wants to take it right. He doesn't look right. He's now called to play on, and guess what? He goes right, but he didn't mean to do that. The kick was poor. Touched off hands and over the boundary line, 20 metres from Wonthaggi's goal.
Boxer, sometimes you just got to take the option, don't you?
You do. If
it's easy, just take it.
Take it. Just do it. I mean, it's not as if...
right.
You know what the difference was? It should be instinctive, and he thought about it.
That's right.
That's the problem.
Boundary throw and inside forward 50. 15 minutes gone. 18-point margin to the Power. They're building again. Morrow tapped it down. They're not going anywhere. We'll do it again. As, again, it will be Morrow to get the front spot, which he's done well. He got a hand on it and tried to squeeze it out there was Danaher. Hasn't gone too far. Coxedge left it behind, so he has to work hard to go again. Trying to get down low was the Moe midfielder there.
It's a bit
Usually
of
on the bottom of those pack is Jacob Wood, and on that occasion it wasn't. It was Seppi.
Bit of a stalemate at the moment, Scott. What was the last time the goal was kicked?
6-minute mark of this second quarter, so 10 minutes ago. You're right, Box. And it's just sort of being played between the arcs. The delivery inside forward 50 from both sides hasn't been clean. Here's Poppy.
I mean, a number of times Nick Lucino has kicked a goal every 10 minutes of a game and finished with 12 plus. I've heard about that in the weeks gone by. Can't find any records of it actually happening, but Nick has assured us that
they didn't have records those days.
No, of course not.
No. Tom Davies, the player, who got a free kick outside 50, grandstand side. Can he make more of this kick? No, it's actually gone towards the goals where I think he was trying to centre the ball. It gets punched down on the ground. You know what? There's just no players at ground level, and Seppi picks it up and kicks it back to the player that drove it in there in the first place, Tom Davey. And if he can actually get hold of one, he could actually kick the goal. He's picked up the grass. He's going to think about throwing it in the air.
Poppy, one thing about Seppi, he's won a lot of the footy this quarter, but his turnovers have been disappointing as well. He'd be very disappointed personally because obviously he's given the ball away. No. I know he's not late. Both sides are doing it, but at the moment,
dump kicks out of the back half don't help.
So Tom Davey, he hasn't gone for goal yet, but he's going to go for goal now. And off the boot, it looks nice. The wind should do the rest. The wind does the rest. It's a contender for the sombrero goal of the day. You little beauty.
That was a great call there, Poppy. And to Davey, he's played a different role that we normally would see him play, and he's done a fair bit, and he goes through the rotations a fair bit. But the kick itself, the way the wind is blowing, it was a fantastic kick, and it's been 12 minutes between goals for Wonthaggi, which gives them now a comfortable lead.
That lead is out to 24 points. Boxer at the 17-minute mark of the second quarter. The Carpet Country scoreboard has the Power on 6-1-37, leading Moe 2-1-13.
I don't care if we have another Zambrero goal today. That's it. That's the one. Well called, Poppy. They go again. Big moment right here for Moe now. They must respond. It's all thanks to the Moore Bowling Club. And they go again, though. This time it's the Power. And Hayes gets on the end of this one. They're at the half-forward flank. The left foot kick inside forward 50 towards Jack Blair. Just at his toes. Couldn't get any worked hard again. But we'll have a stoppage. And they are looking ominous, the Power.
They are. And I think the reason for that is I just think they have just a little bit more experience on the paddock than what Moe have at the minute.
And a bit of an injury too as a player comes off for Moe. Looks like an ankle as well.
Lucas Fry, is it? No, Lucas Fry.
Okay. So the ball's still in a dangerous spot for Moe here. As it's inside their forward 50. They tried to run it out this run through Wilson. And Wilson gets it out now. Wood gets on the end of it. He gets the old handball across to Skinner. He drives it down the line. Can't quite mark it there on the first one was Dylan Brooks. Second effort was okay. He was happy to find the boundary. He was outnumbered. And we'll have a boundary throw in. Still about 70 metres around, though, from Moe's goal. This has been their problem, getting it inside forward 50 and deep inside 50.
Let's go just quickly around the grounds thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture, Gippsland, and it's in the AFL half-time, and the Crows lead by 38 points.
All right, ball right half forward. Moe desperate to get within 2 or 3 goals. They're down by 4 at the moment as we close in on the 20-minute mark of this second quarter. Numbers around the ball, and one of those numbers has taken high. That's Nathan Wielden,
have a look
number
at the
38.
Hair.
So Wielden, long locks of hair. He moves all right, though. Like what I see. Left leg off the boot. Nice leg, too. Inside forward 50. Had the lead. Took the mark. Nicely done it was. Matty Baran from outside 50, but now they go inside. Short kick. Can they find a target? They can. But it's, I reckon, one of the Baldies, Riley Baldy, on the boundary, on the wrong side for a right footer, if you know what I mean. And he'll try to centre this ball up, and he does. Can he find a target? He can! Oh, Wood! He couldn't believe he was all alone. He dropped when he should have taken. He had 1 bite, 2 bites, 3 bites, and then dropped it. And he'd be kicking himself because he would have had a clear kick for goal, 20 metres out directly in front. And now it's going to be a ball up with 12.5 players around the ball. Or is it?
A free kick to
Hang
Sim.
on a minute. A free kick's been paid under the pack.
To Harry
it's
Sim.
It's going to go Moe's way to Harry Sim. And he's been busy today, but he hasn't threatened the goals to date. So let's see if Harry can do it. 30 metres out on the slightest of angles. A little bit of an awkward kicking style. No, it looks nice. Off the boot, tell you what, looks as though it's gone right. A minor score, Paul Carter.
It's a 23-point lead to Wonthaggi on the Carpet Country scoreboard. Played 20 minutes into this quarter, and it's 2-2-14 Moe, Wonthaggi 6-1-37.
Ball goes right to the middle of the ground, and Taylor was there, working hard. There was Wilson as well. Squeezed a handball to open space. Tried to kick off the ground, did Riley Baldy. The power under pressure, grabbed by Gilmore. He was wrapped up by a couple of Lions. And we'll have a stoppage. 21 minutes gone into this second.
They just seem to be missing a killer punch, don't they, Moe, at the moment? They can get it in, but they just cannot convert at the moment.
From the stoppage, Schultz got wrapped up. We'll do it again.
They wouldn't want to let the next goal go either, this home side, because things can quickly get ugly if you don't feel as though you're in the game.
Absolutely.
And they're going to be better than 5 goals down if they give up the next goal. So the next goal is crucial. As some really good body works takes place in the centre of Ted Summerton Reserve. A beautiful Saturday afternoon, a little breezy, but the rain's managed to stay away for most of this week, despite the doom and gloom that we all listen to.
Another stoppage.
Not paid. Yeah, another stoppage. Been plenty of those today. Be interested at half-time to find off Paul Carter how the second half of these sides have been in the season to date. And the ball back with Moe again. Good tackle. It's going to be another ball up. Nice tackle on Jacob Balfour, who comes up from the bottom of the pack, committed his body well.
It's been good, young Jacob Balfour. He's under 18.
Very good.
And he's played all senior games this year.
So a big tap forward it was, and it was done nicely too by Jacob Thomas, but he didn't find a teammate. And now Moe, inside forward 50, races on. First player there is going to be Wonthaggi's Tom Murray. And now they ease the pressure, and they do it nicely through Mitch Hayes, who goes towards the outer side and finds big Jack Hutchinson, left half back flank. Now this is when they're dangerous. They can move the ball forward. Moe are really running back in numbers to block this off.
Look at that for a lead.
I tell you what, the lead from Blair was unbelievable. He would have left Usain Bolt in his wake as he now goes inside forward 50, looking for his big man there, but he can't find him. Well, they get a second chance. You don't often, but they might right now. Nah, good tackle. Keeps it inside forward 50. Wow. He's been caught holding the ball. It's going to be Moe's free kick.
Gee whiz, they moved the footy well. And that was a long lead by Blair. He got the one-on-one that he wanted inside forward 50, but Moe stood up to it. As Weldon has it, comes inboard to Sim with a nice kick to the wing area. Now he's got some numbers in the centre square, and he goes to him now. It's Van Dyke, it is. Amble over the top now. Here's Jacob Balfour, left foot, neat little kick. It goes towards Wood, but it'll suit him. He likes these ones. He gets to 45, and on the left foot, puts it to the top of the square.
Great mark.
Great mark, over the shoulder. Which way you want to call it? Is it one of the Baldies? I think it might be. And it will be Trent Baldy directly in front, so strong in the air. Will go back directly in front, and just what they needed. They must get this goal, of course. It is at the 23-minute mark, the big moment. And, of course, Trent Baldy puts it through, the first in this quarter for the Lions.
They just seem to be working triple time to score at the moment too. And it's been how long between drinks for a goal for Moe?
20-minute mark of the first quarter.
You know, so it's taken them nearly a full quarter to get their first goal since then. So they really are working overtime to get it. But hopefully it just gives them enough boost now. I reckon there's still a few minutes to go to get another one on the board to put themselves really back into this game.
It's at the 24-minute mark of this second quarter, and on the Carpet Country scoreboard we have Wonthaggi 6-1-37, leading Moe 3-2-20, margin of 17 points.
So back to the middle they go again, and this time it's McGrath to do the ruck work, but Huthen tapped it straight down. Quick kick by Hayes to some open space. Gilmore's on the wing area in front of Fry. Gave a handball to the big ruckman who runs and lopes and chips his kick over the top. Nicely done to Sparks. He's 60 metres out from for goal. He looks towards Staley direction. Doesn't quite get there. Good little work there back there by Van Dyke. Danaher was there. Gave a handball to the run in Haywood. Now they squeeze it inboard. Van Dyke did nicely to Sim. And Sim will get it to going by foot, and he runs and delivers out to the wide open spaces where Brooks is there, and he just got one over the shoulder, so he wins himself the free kick. Half forward flank, this is a better build-up. And Brooks chips one over the top. The target is Morrow, who's going forward. He can't quite mark it. Comes to ground. Sparks was there again. He kicks it to the open space to the wing. Here's Hutchison on the little bit of open area, but ran down from behind.
Nice.
And are we going to have holding the ball? Brooks will get him. He does. Holding the footy.
Just the wrong option then. Nice little tackle too. Run down beautifully it was by Dylan Brooks, and now feeds it off and the Lions go forward, but again cut off by the coach in Jared Blair. Centre half back. He looks left and he looks right. He's likely to go left though. It's sort of the defensive side of the ground, and he will go left. Gives ground, keeps possession. Finds his teammate, and he's in defensive 50. And I'm not sure who the player was. Could be Tom Davey, who in turn goes short again. So they're outside the defensive 50, and this game's evened up just a touch. Mitch Hayes is the player with the ball, we think. The visitors are 17 points up. 26 minutes gone, second quarter. And the pressure hasn't gone. In fact, it's starting to build. And as Moe come forward again through the centre of the ground, they run in numbers. They do it nicely. Sim on the end of it. Can he find a teammate? He can! Barang, Matty Barang, who's kicked one. He's going to go for his second, and it's going to be a crucial one on the cusp of half-time.
Yeah, good ball movement on that occasion. Good run through the middle of the ground, and Hayward was involved in that. Sim was another one that was involved. And the run through the middle of the ground was important, and 2 late goals will be super important for this Moe side going into half-time, because they trailed by 24 points, and it's back to 17. It's on its way. It starts in the middle and just fades away to the right. A big fly from Wood. It might have been over the line anyway. We've got a minus score, and that is on the Carpet Country scoreboard.
Which goes 3-3-21 Moe and Wonthaggi 6-1-37.
Well, the kick-in is going to come back the other way as Wilson has it.
So Wilson now will, he takes the ball and finds Ben Danaher, whose left leg can be deadly. He has Blair on the mark, backs himself in, plays on, long kick, top of the square, and he find a winner here if he can. We've got a game in our hands. Nicely done, Sim. Can he get a handle on it? He can. Can he find a teammate? He can. Kick around the buddy. Cut off nicely, though, by Tommy Murray, who then goes towards the boundary searching for his teammate in Jackson Williams. Can't find that teammate, or can he? They've kept the ball in, but only momentarily.
They've dropped all the numbers back. Wonthaggi just trying to get to half-time, box up.
They have to. Sorry about that. A little bit of a rookie mistake. I just had a bit of a cough. No, I'm just getting a little bit of information from around the grounds. The wind is playing havoc, especially down at Mafra. Terrell definitely had the kicking end at the time, but Mafra put themselves back in the game. Mafra are now trailing only by 12 points.
So Morrow's kick went down the line, and they've called a shepherd against Wonthaggi here, so the free kick's going to be paid right on the half-time siren to Brooks. And with the wind that's troubling everyone at Ted Summit at reserve this afternoon, this kick, well, the man on the mark's 52 metres
Not
away.
a hope.
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
Yeah, the siren has gone. Yeah. It is Dylan Brooks.
Seriously, put the ball, give it to the umpire, because you're going to make an absolute dick of yourself here.
Well, the breeze is quite strong. It's pushing across the ground towards the school, the cricket end of the ground. And Brooks, after the siren, puts it on its way, and it's dropped. Well, I was going to say 25 metres short. Anyway, there's half-time. An entertaining one, as 2 goals were kicked by Wonthaggi. 1 to Moe, as they extend their 12-point margin. It's out to 16 points at half-time. Wonthaggi lead at 6-1-37, leading Moe 3-3-21. It's half-time here in round 9, and it is all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.
The Morning Crew with Gabby and Dan.
I had mash with my meal the other night. I didn't regret anything, to be honest.
No, but that's because then you ate my chips, remember? So you got the mash and ate my chips. So you got the best of both worlds.
It was an evil ploy and it worked perfect.
Country is proud to announce the launch of the Country Tiler. Building on decades of experience sourcing tiles from all over the world, they've condensed all of their knowledge into one stunning new contemporary showroom. With stunning tiles hand-sourced from only the finest suppliers, they have something for everyone, and with special orders and almost limitless buying power. Soon to be Gippsland's exclusive home of Laminex, the only limitation is your imagination. Drop in to see them at Argyle Street, Traralgon.
Top Pub Morwell, $18 Plot and Palmer in the sports bar Monday to Friday. Free trivia every Wednesday from 7:30 p.m. $15 lunch in the bistro Monday to Wednesday. The new winter bistro menu now available at Top Pub.
The hand-crumbed, perfectly crunchy, goldenous schnitzelus is often found resting happily in a wrap or roll, satisfying ravenous post-match hunger. There's only one habitat for such a delectable morsel, and that's Schnitz Traralgon.
Vern Graham in Hayfield, your local Mitre 10 store. The team can help you whether you're painting the kids' room, doing some renovating outside, or building a house. From taps to paintbrushes right through to timber and all things hardware. The Vern Graham Mitre 10 team have been helping the Hayfield community since 1930 and are with you in your projects, your gardens, your builds and your everyday purchases. They have what you need to get the job done, along with all the right advice to get it done properly. Mighty helpful, Mitre 10. Vern Graham in Hayfield.
$1 mattress upsize deal now at Harvey Norman. Purchase a selected Australian-made queen-size mattress from King Coil, Sealy Posturepedic, Sleepmaker or Beauty Rest, and for $1 more, upgrade to a king size. Plus 60 months interest-free, no deposit, no interest from Latitude with 60 approximately equal monthly payments, and receive a bonus gift card up to $1,000. Finance only available if you have or are approved for a participating Latitude credit card. Minimum financed amount $1,000. See T's and C's. Interest applies for non-compliance. Fees and product exclusions apply. Now at Harvey Norman.
Go! Your next Macca's run could do more than fix your hunger. It could win you a share in almost $4,000. We want you to drive through for cash. Simply head to the drive-through at your local McDonald's Gippsland restaurant. Scan the QR code when it's safe to do so and get your name into the draw to win the daily cash giveaways. Drive through for cash. Thanks to McDonald's Gippsland restaurants and TRFM. Now, a look at the quarter highlights. Gippsland Live on TRFM.
Hutchison will kick around the body. Anderson was in command of his chest. Great awareness there from Hutchison. This could be one of your Zambrero goals of the day. Hard up on the boundary line. Runs around. Puts it on its way. He likes it. And that is a Zambrero goal and a contender. Noah Anderson from the Power. So Tom Davey, he hasn't gone for goal yet, but he's going to go for goal there. And off the boot, it looks nice. The wing should do the rest. The wing does the rest. Here's a contender for the Zambrero goal of the day. You little beauty. Here's Jacob Balfour, left foot, neat little kick. It goes towards Wood, but it'll suit him. He likes these ones. He gets to 45, and on the left foot, puts it to the top of the square. They must get this goal, of course. It is at the 23-minute mark, the big moment. And, of course, Trent Baldy puts it through, the first in this quarter for the Lions.
Gippsland Live on TRFM. This is the halftime wrap.
Yes, it is half-time here at Summit Reserve. It's been an entertaining game of football. Wonthaggi lead it at the moment. They led by 12 points at quarter time, and now at half-time they lead by 16. They're kicking straight, 6-1-37. Wonthaggi lead Moe 3-3-21. Goal scorers so far, well, Andy Murray got 2 goals in the first quarter. Mind you, first 2 goals of the game for Wonthaggi. 2 goals also to Jordan Staley, who kicked him in the first as well, back-to-back. And then in the second quarter, Noah Anderson and Tom Davey got on the board there for the Power. That rounds out the 6. While for Moe, single goal scorers this afternoon so far, Trent Baldy, Dylan Brooks and Matthew Barand, all with 1 goal each. They trail by 16 points. Box has been working to try and get the half-time scores. Poppy's going to give us a quick summation of what happened in that first half of football, all thanks to Gippsland Isuzu Ute.
Well, what we saw was some, contrasting periods of play in so much as Wonthaggi probably assumed control for a lot of the first half. But it was just that period of maybe 5 or 10 minutes during that second quarter where it looked as though Wonthaggi might keep the home side at arm's length and go into half-time with a lead of around about 5 goals. All of a sudden, Moe from nowhere, kicked a couple, and they will come out half to half time still believing. This is the key to footy, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't. You're probably right. But whereas at half time you're going in 5 goals down, it's a completely different scenario when you're coming back into the third quarter and you look up at the scoreboard and you probably haven't played your best footy and you're only 16 points behind. They'll come out believing they can win this, and this is a real big test for the Moe side. Yeah, they're not at full strength, but they've got the quality of player maybe to pull this game back into the balance. The first 10 minutes of this third quarter is actually going to be really important as to how this game might unfold.
Very good. Good summation there, Poppy. Around the grounds for Harvey Norman Furniture, Gippsland scores a couple of Gippsland League. We'll start with some of those. Boxer, if we can.
Yeah, I do, mate. I'm really struggling to get some scores through. If anyone is listening out there to our broadcast, can you make sure, or can you text us or message some scores through, especially for Mid-Gippy and the Sale Mall game.
So the Gippsland League ones you've got so far?
So Leongatha 13-10-88 to draw in just the 1 point. Traralgon 5-4-34. They lead Maffra 3-3-21. And Sale 7-6-48 to Mall, just the 4 points.
Wow.
We'll let you work on the other ones there during the break as well. Paul Carter's just popped out. He's going to work through some of the individual stats for us, but he's got some team stats for us for Gippsland Isuzu Ute.
And to the half-time mark, the inside 50s that quarter were 12 apiece. Moe lead at 24-23. Moe did get on the better of Wonthaggi in that second quarter, remembering that Wonthaggi had 15 clearances to 9 in the first. Moe won the second 7-5. So Wonthaggi still ahead in that one, 20-16. They've had 6 centre clearances apiece to half-time. Moe certainly had the better of the free kicks. They've had 19 free kicks to 9. The marks are pretty even, 31 to Moe, 40 to Wonthaggi. Moe have taken 12 contested marks, Wonthaggi 5. Marks inside 50, pretty even there, 7-6 Moe's way. Set shots, Moe from there, 7 set shots. They've kicked 3 goals, 3 and 1 out in the full. And Wonthaggi have kicked 5 goals straight. There might be a little story to tell there. And Moe's overall score from turnovers was 2 goals, 3 and 1 goal from stoppages. And Wonthaggi 4 goals, 1 from turnovers and 2 goals straight from stoppages.
Well, I can let you know just in one other score. Thanks very much to Gippsland Isuzu Ute, the new D-Max Born to Live and Born to Tow, available at Gippsland Isuzu. Of course, Zambrero goal today, the new big burrito, so big it will crush any hunger, double filling, double rice, available for a limited time at Zambrero. Poppy has the bags on that one. Tom Davies' goal at the 17-minute mark of the second quarter, currently leading our Zambrero goal of the day. As we go to another break, third quarter action coming up very shortly, all thanks to McDonald's Gippsland. The Gippsland Power are currently playing Geelong Falcons. It's 1v2 down at Shepley Oval in Dandenong. I can let you know the Power are winning at the moment, 49-27. It's a tough game of football, and the Power are looking to stay undefeated for season 2022. A quick break on Gippsland Live. And it is third quarter action from round 9 of the Alinta Energy Gippsland League here at Ted Summerton Reserve, where Wonthaggi lead Moe at half-time by 16 points, and we do it for Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.
Your next Macca's run could do more than fix your hunger. It could win you a share in almost $4,000. We want you to drive through for cash. Simply head to the drive-thru at your local McDonald's Gippsland restaurant. Scan the QR code when it's
Electrical Gippsland.
Your next Macca's run could do more than fix your hunger. It could win you a share in almost $4,000. We want you to drive through for cash. Simply head to the drive-thru at your local McDonald's Gippsland restaurant. Scan the QR code when it's
Electrical Gippsland.
Your next Macca's run could do more than fix your hunger. It could win you a share in almost $4,000. We want you to drive through for cash. Simply head to the drive-thru at your local McDonald's Gippsland restaurant. Scan the QR code when it's
Electrical Gippsland.
Your next Macca's run could do more than fix your hunger. It could win you a share in almost $4,000. We want you to drive through for cash. Simply head to the drive-thru at your local McDonald's Gippsland restaurant. Scan the QR code when it's
Electrical Gippsland.
Your next Macca's run could do more than fix your hunger. It could win you a share in almost $4,000. We want you to drive through for cash. Simply head to the drive-thru at your local McDonald's Gippsland restaurant. Scan the QR code when it's...
Let's go Gippsland.
Your next Macca's run could do more than fix your hunger. It could win you a share in almost $4,000. We want you to drive through for cash. Simply head to the drive-thru at your local McDonald's Gippsland restaurant. Scan the QR code when it's...
Let's go Gippsland.
Your next Macca's run could do more than fix your hunger. It could win you a share in almost $4,000. We want you to drive through for cash. Simply head to the drive-thru at your local McDonald's Gippsland restaurant. Scan the QR code when it's...
Let's go Gippsland.
Your next Macca's run could do more than fix your hunger. It could win you a share in almost $4,000. We want you to drive through for cash. Simply head to the drive-thru at your local McDonald's Gippsland restaurant. Scan the QR code when it's...
Let's go Gippsland.
Your next Macca's run could do more than fix your hunger. It could win you a share in almost $4,000. We want you to drive through for cash. Simply head to the drive-thru at your local McDonald's Gippsland restaurant. Scan the QR code when it's...
Let's go Gippsland.
Your next Macca's run could do more than fix your hunger. It could win you a share in almost $4,000. We want you to drive through for cash. Simply head to the drive-thru at your local McDonald's Gippsland restaurant. Scan the QR code when it's...
Let's go Gippsland.
Your next Macca's run could do more than fix your hunger. It could win you a share in almost $4,000. We want you to drive through for cash. Simply head to the drive-thru at your local McDonald's Gippsland restaurant. Scan the QR code when it's...
Yeah.